All right. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Andrew, can you hear me, buddy?
Good. I can hear you, Sam. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So excited to be here. I'll kind of let you kick stuff off here before we get going, and then we'll just jump right into it.
Yeah, a quick housekeeping question, Sam. Do you want me to be on video or just audio?
No video. Audio is just fine.
Okay, I got my makeup on for nothing. Well, great to be here. For those of you listening, my name is Dr. Andrew Wells, and I'm really excited for you guys to be on the webinar today. And just so you guys know, you're on my email list. If you're on this webinar, you're here because I sent you an email promoting this event, and I'm excited for you guys to be here. And you probably know that I don't promote very much stuff. I don't promote doctors. I don't promote a lot of services. And I looked back at my email campaigns over the last year, and there was one thing I promoted, and that was Tabor Smith's documentary, which I think was awesome. And the reason I don't promote a lot of other docs and services is because there's a lot of junk, I think, in our profession, and a lot of things that get overhyped, and there's just a lot of content and stuff that's being promoted that I just really don't think is valuable. And I'm doing this today because the information we're about to share with you today is important. And I think doctors need to hear what Sam is going to tell you about today. And every once in a while in our profession, there are some major shifts and there are some fundamental shifts that move the needle. And this is one of those fundamental shifts that will change your practice, will change the types of patients that are coming in your office, and ultimately will help you help more people make more money and keep more money in your pocket. It's that big of a change. And so I'm really excited to introduce Sam Carlson. Sam is with Patient Stream, and I've known Sam now for a while, and he's one of those guys that really understands our profession. He understands marketing and copywriting and offers like nobody else I know in our business, and he's an expert at it. And he's been working really hard for a while now to create what he's about to present to you. And so I'm really excited that you guys are hearing this. And to be quite frank, like at the end of this webinar, there'll be an offer at the end of the webinar. If I think there are, Sam, 18 people signed up for the webinar, which is great. If you don't have 18 new clients at the end of this webinar, I'll be shocked, and it's only because people aren't paying attention. And I'll be pretty blunt and upfront with you guys on this. Sam is not paying me to promote his service, but I'm promoting it because you guys need to hear it. And this will have a major effect on your practice and your bottom line. And so super excited to introduce Sam and Patient Stream. And Sam, I'll let you take it from here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. Love you for that, buddy. Man, I just feel so good. All of a sudden, you did an awesome job. I appreciate that. Yes. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So like Andrew said, my name is Sam Carlson. And before we get started, thanks for that. I owe you a debt of gratitude. We've known each other for about 1.5 years or 2 years. I don't know, ever since you came up here to Dr. Woolner's MAP event. We got to be friends there, and I've been able to see the awesome things that you've been doing with simplified integration, as well as all the other things you've got going on. So big thanks to you, Dr. Wells, and let's get going into this thing. So again, my name is Sam Carlson. This is me and my lovely family. I have been an entrepreneur for 19 years. I've never really had a job. When I was 15, I worked at Windy Sky's kite store. But really, other than that, I've always been an entrepreneur. And I pride myself in that because much like you, I don't have anybody lining my pockets unless I'm doing something that adds value to my users. I've been in the digital marketing space for over 5 years. That's as far as the most recent 5 years. I also was involved in digital marketing back in 2006, 7, and 8, but we're not counting those years. I had a top-rated podcast called the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. This was actually top 3 in downloads in the world when it came to the topic of Facebook ads. I stopped doing that, and I think this presentation will reveal why I did that, but we really have focused on bringing patient stream and some of the things we're going to talk to you. We've been focusing on that pretty heavy for the last year. So, prior to patient stream, many of you may know me from an agency called 25th West. We still technically own that agency. It didn't go out of business. We just pivoted to what you're going to learn here today. And we were the only agency that ever had a case study published by Facebook in the niche of wellness. So that's a feather in our cap that we really are proud of. So here's the promise today. And I really want to make sure that you guys understand the value of what you're doing, but at the same time, I want you to understand you're not here to hear some type of secret or some type of veiled sales pitch. Today, I'm going to demonstrate a software and a treatment protocol proven to work in markets all across the country. Okay, so you're actually going to see this. And that is important to me. And you're going to see how you can do all this, even if you know nothing about Facebook ads. You're not techie at all. You'd be surprised at some of the users we have. If you think you're not techie, trust me, I have people that struggle opening their email. It's pretty silly. And even if you, and you'll do it without ever having to create an ad or any type of marketing funnel. Okay. So yes, we're going to see how we get new patients with ease. We're going to see proven niche ads as well as funnels. So you'll actually see, I'm not going to gloss over these. You'll see them. You'll see how we're doing this. I'm going to explain how and why they work, which is a foreign concept. A lot of people want you to pay for that type of intel, but we want you to understand it. And I'm going to show you how you can save thousands of dollars on marketing expenses starting today. But before we do, I always like to give some type of warning up front, okay? This system is powerful, but it only works if you do. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. I mean, it's a lot like my wife just bought me a DeWalt screw gun. Awesome tool. I mean, it makes everything so much easier if we're working around the house. But that screw gun isn't going to do me a lick of good if I don't pick it up and I don't pull the trigger and I don't, use it for its intended purposes, okay? So let's jump into this. Now, a little bit of context, okay? This is important to establish, to understand the impact of what we're going to show you today on your practice. I want you to understand the impact or the context of where we came from. So the hard truth is the crowd that I call myself an entrepreneur. I don't call myself a digital marketer because digital marketers are not the greatest. Okay. And I'm sure many of you have seen this. In fact, if you want to, by the way, engage with me, use that chat button on the very bottom of your screen. If you've got comments on this commentary experience, I'd love to hear from you in the chat screen. In terms of the chiropractic market, the digital marketing crowd is different. They're crazy. So here's a bunch. You guys have all seen stuff like this. So I'm meeting with my first chiropractor tomorrow. What is a good offer to provide to potential patients for a chiropractor? It's launched for my chiropractor. What conversion rate would be good? What should I expect? How do I know if something is good or not? Help, I'm about to launch my first funnel. Come on, man. Does anyone have a good funnel for generating chiropractic leads here? Hey guys, landed my first chiropractor client. I mean, this is an interesting crowd. And this one right here, this is probably my favorite. The profile picture is not why it's my favorite, but I like that queen of funnels. This is, you guys, this is the queen of funnels. She sent this to a friend of mine. She said, hey, I love what you're doing. I heard you were the go-to for creating funnels for chiros. I have a new client and was wondering if you can send me an example of high converting funnels you use. I'm happy to pay. Wink. Thank you in advance. Hey, man, I thought you were the funnel queen. Come on. Well, I want you guys to sit back and ask yourself this question. Why? And why is it so, extensive in chiropractic? I'll tell you why. It's because of this guy right here. Now, this guy's name is Dan Henry. I have nothing against Dan Henry. In fact, he's actually a pretty smart digital marketer, okay? Got nothing against him. But you see the title of this ad that he ran. It says, how to choose easy Facebook ad clients. And right where he's got his hand, it's pointing to chiropractors. Okay. This is what he was selling those unfortunate, digital marketers. He said, just use these ads and you'll get leads. Just use these funnels and you'll get leads. Turn them on and go party, because come on, man, you live one life. All life is about is going and partying. And the problem is this kind of worked. This kind of worked. There was an email going around. Dr. Wells was talking about how, again, extensive this problem was. There was this boilerplate email that was going out to all these clinics saying, hey, can you handle another whatever patients this week? I have so many, I need somebody to help. This worked until it didn't. Okay. Here's one really big thing that Dan didn't include in the sales pitch. And it would have implied something that, those folks didn't really want. It would have implied maybe a little bit of work. Ads, in order for them to work, must be supervised and managed to maintain performance. So what we're left with in this digital marketing crowd is a bunch of people that is basically the blind leading the blind. And maybe some of you have felt this. You've seen this. Again, grab the chat. Let me know. I'm hoping we don't have too many rolling eyes, because I know just as well as you do. But here's the reality. Dan was actually onto something. When it comes to running lead gen campaigns to get new patients, if you've got proven ads and proven funnels, that is 2/3 of the puzzle. The last third is effective management. Cool. All right. So today I'm going to share with you the proven ads and control funnels. Okay. We're going to talk about niche specific marketing, why I always do niche specific marketing. Okay. And then part 2, we're going to go to marketing automation and follow up. It's cool to get leads, but chasing leads is not cool. Right. And most people who chase leads end up getting burnt out. And so their shoe rates, that's supposed to say show rates, you guys. Their shoe rates suffer. Okay. Then part 3, click campaigns, and then a Facebook demo, because seeing is believing. All right. Part 1, proven ads and control funnels. How do you create a killer ad campaign? All right. I've got a framework. I'm going to teach it to you right now. It's called my marketing triad. You'll see it here in just a second. So Meredith Hill said, when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. When you launch a marketing campaign, the biggest detriment, the first flaw, the first problem that most inexperienced marketers run into is they try and promote everything that a clinic does or that a business does. You have got to niche it down or it will not work. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. Many of you know that, but if you've ever run a campaign and you're out there, you're thinking, hey, this is going to be amazing, and it gets nothing, chances are you violated this rule. Okay. Steve Jobs said, a lot of times people don't know what they want until you show them. When it comes to your services, a lot of times you are in competition with others around you. You are selling the same thing. If you don't have an element that is novel or demonstratable, that's a huge, huge, huge thing, by the way. Demonstratable, that's a way to hack education, okay? Then if you don't have this, it's going to be hard for you, again, to not just get attention, but keep attention. All right, and then Meredith Hill, one more time. She's a smart lady, okay? People don't buy products, they buy solutions. And here's the reality. Whenever you get so excited about a new thing that you bring into your clinic, it's easy to get super excited about all the technical features and everything that it's got going for itself in your mind. If you don't frame your thing around a problem, around your audience's problem, it's not going to make any sense to them at all. Okay. So this is the marketing triad. And I wanted to lead with this because as we go through some of our proven ads, and we're just going to jump right into them, I want you to bear in mind how are we doing on each one of these points? All right. So let's jump into first. Here's a couple of examples when it comes to spinal decompression. I don't know how many of you do spinal decompression, but spinal decompression is probably one of our most successful campaigns. We do very well with this. So here's what I want you to look at. There's on the left side, we've got general low back pain. On the right side, it says correct bulging discs. And below that, it says eliminate sciatica pain. These are three specific problems, okay? Even though they're really promoting the exact same treatment. I mean, spinal decompression is so awesome because it can help with all this stuff. But when we talk about how to generate attention, we can't choose everything. We can't do everything at once. So we can't just, I mean, if we do just low back pain, by the way, it says non-surgical back pain relief, and then the ad copy talks about low back pain. That will work, but these bulging and sciatica, man, they outperform this decompression ad almost in every market, okay? Which is a big deal. So niche, novel, solution. So let's start at solution. We're obviously solving a problem. Whether it's low back pain, bulging disc, or sciatica pain, we are solving a solution. Novel. It's novel because the default solution that people know about when it comes to bulging discs, right, especially that one, is surgery. So it's something outside of the realm of the solution that they default to. So in that respect, it's novel. And in the funnel, which you'll see here in a minute, well, you'll see part of the funnel, we actually have video of, that. And it's demonstrated. We show you how it works. And then niche. It's niched. I mean, this is not talking to, especially the two on the right, we're definitely niching into certain nuanced problems within the lower back pain arena. All right. Control funnels and conversions. The job of a marketing funnel, there's this framework called AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. Okay. So every time you put up an ad and every time you create a funnel, or I'm sorry, a headline on a funnel, get relief from bulging disc for $47. That headline's job is only to get you to read down the page. All right. It's not to sell the entire solution that you're offering. The headline's job is to get your attention so you'll sit there and consider what we're offering. Okay. So we have a lot of every control funnel has a certain KPI, which means key performance indicator, and we want to make sure that they're getting 10% minimum conversions. Okay. Now here is a really cool one. So this is one that Dr. Wells and I have worked on together. This campaign crushes it first and foremost. And we're going to talk more about this specific, how you guys can maybe integrate this into your practice later on in the presentation. But I wanted to make sure that you saw what we're actually doing, what we've proven to work. So niche, novel, solution. Niche, we've got knee pain. Okay, so we're niched out. Solution, it's non-surgical. Okay, we're going after the non-surgical arena as well. We want people to, the idea, how many times do you hear about people having knee, backs? Back surgery is probably worse than knee, but having surgery and then just the after effects. It's never, you hardly ever hear, well, maybe you just don't hear the stories of people saying, yeah, I got my knee replaced and it is perfect. It is wonderful. I'm so glad I did it. I'm sure there's a couple of people out there, but mostly it's like, oh yeah, I got it replaced, but it still, bothers me. And then novel, this is novel because it's covered by Medicare. All right. We used to do a lot of stem cell marketing. We still do. But it's just changed. We're playing chess now with our stem cell marketing and not checkers. It used to be very simple to promote regenerative therapies. So let's take a look at the funnel. Now, this video right here is embedded in the page. It does a good job of explaining exactly how the offer works. goes through that process: attention, interest, desire, and then gets people to take action. Okay. So this thing is proven, and that's just what we call above the fold. Okay. But this is a proven funnel that gets pull, that gets results. Notice non-surgical solutions to knee pain. I mean, we're not talking about something really complicated in terms of headline. Sometimes we overcomplicate things. The truth is, because the offer is so good, covered by Medicare and most insurance, there's not a lot of copy to that you need to do. What is it? At some point, you just can't keep selling, right? If you keep selling, you'll sell your way out of a sale. So that is a great one. And we don't just, I mean, those are a couple of examples. We don't only have those two conditions. We also have chiropractic, neuropathy, weight loss. We use weight loss is great. We lead in with red light, so contour light or something along those lines. We lead in with that in terms of getting weight loss. Instead, in terms of getting weight loss patients. ADD, ADHD, brain mapping is a great lead in to that. The nice thing about that is whatever approach that you take on the back end, pretty much everybody can benefit from brain mapping. Okay. Regenerative medicine. And honestly, the list is growing every single week, especially with some announcements that we've made this week alone. So the list is growing. Okay, so I'm going to take a tiny bit of a pause and just before we jump into the automation, just say, when it comes to that marketing triad, every time I create a new campaign, I create a new offer, that is the framework that I am using every single time. Okay. Niche and novel, I need something that has a hook to it. You know, you can't just go in and get chiropractic leads by saying, hey, new chiropractor in town, we have the best treatment, we have the best approach ever. Nobody's going to care. People don't care about your stuff as much as you think they do, right? We have to frame the problem, or we have to frame our offer around their problem. All right, so part 2, automation and follow-up. So we've seen kind of the ads and the funnels. I think you guys would agree those are pretty cool looking. Those are pretty unique. We haven't seen those. And I'm sure also you're seeing the style that we implement. We're not cheesy. We're very professional, and we make sure that our message is measured and it is professional, and it positions you as a professional. All right. So you're getting a lot of leads. Now we got the follow-up process. What kind of automation? So let me ask you this. How important is the follow-up process in sales? How important is it? I'm sure many of you have heard stats like this. This is sourced from the National Sales Executive Association. Okay. It's got a lot of really interesting stats there, but there's 2 that really stand out. 48%, so half of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. And when it comes to lead generation and chiropractic marketing or any of these chronic pain conditions, I have found this, at least anecdotally, to be right in line. It seems like, man, this is on point. Okay. And then here's maybe the even scarier one. Okay. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. 80%. 10% of sales are made on the 4th contact. That means that between basically the effort from 5 to 12, if you're not making it, you're leaving out all the majority of your results. And we see this all the time. And I'm sure all of you are thinking, yeah, I didn't know that. Right. I get it. This is probably obvious, but it's the obvious things that really, it's avoiding the fundamentals that get in our way. Okay. So what's the point? Good follow-up is extremely important. In fact, it is so important that it's given rise to an entire new industry. I'm sure a lot of you have seen, many of these softwares, many of these services, and you're aware of what they do. But if you go from left to right, Zing It, this is a 2-way texting software. Okay, that's great. MailChimp, this is email. Zapier's plugging things together. Review Wave. Reviews are important for your business. So getting reviews, that's important. CallRail, call recording, flexibility, broadcasting, all that kind of stuff. CallRail is so important. Slide broadcast. This is voicemail broadcasting. It slides a pre-recorded voicemail into somebody's box without ringing the phone. Okay. ManyChat. This is Messenger. Twilio. This is texting. So these are really, really, really important. And I know a lot of clinics that use all of these, if not more. Right. And while it's really cool, so this allows you to have an extensive follow-up process. You can, that number 8 that we're, or 5 to 12 that we're talking about, with these tools, you can automate a lot of that process, which is amazing. But wait a minute. If you want to use all this stuff, it's not going to set itself up, right? And I don't know about you, but I mean, I am techie enough to be, okay, guys, I'm not techie at all. I'm know enough to be dangerous, but I've got a team of these guys on here at Patient Stream that, you know, they make me feel kind of silly sometimes. So I'm right there with you. Okay, go ahead and click forgot password for me, right? Not to mention how much it costs. If you wanted to do all of this, it is worth it, by the way, but how much would you pay? This is, I mean, some of this will vary based on usage. I can tell you right now, when we were doing this, we were paying a lot more than this, a lot more. But Zing It, I mean, I think they're about $297 a month. MailChimp, depending on your list size, $199 a month. Zapier, $25. Review Wave, $299. CallRail, $30. Slide Broadcast, $40. Twilio, $10. ManyChat, $50. It's a lot of stinking money. I mean, just that right there is $950. But is it worth it? You damn right it's worth it. Absolutely. If it means that 80% number, do not forget that 80% number. If you're going to get that much more production out of your follow-up efforts by plugging this thing, is it worth it? Yes, it is. But then there's the cost. I get it. I understand. But here is the really good news. When it comes to all of these different things, all of this follow-up automation, they are important. But with Patient Stream, you don't need any of these. Okay. Patient Stream, we have pre-built lead follow-up campaigns. That includes text, email, voicemail calling, and even more features. That's included with Patient Stream. So $950 a month? Nope. You don't got to pay any of that. We've got it all covered for you. That includes bulk emailing, call recording, two-way texting, voice. Okay. So look, CallRail, this is like calling from your phone or from your computer or from an app, review automation, scheduling. And what's even better is every single niche that we have has a pre-built and automated follow-up campaign niched out for that specific condition. So in this example, you see knee pain, right? Knee pain, you've got a person that generates a new lead. They automatically get, and you've seen a lot of this, but I'm telling you, when you see the power of automation of the follow-up, when it's niched out to a knee patient or whatever your patient is, it is that much more powerful. And here's a quick example. I mean, I could spend honestly a lot of time just on what follow-up automation looks like, but here's an example of, and this is dated, what is this dated? August 26th. So this is not long ago. Okay. It says, hey, John, it's Haley. We look forward to seeing you here on Friday, August 28th. Please arrive 20 minutes early. Here's the link. Hi, John. This is just a friendly reminder. John says, thank you very much. Haley didn't send any of those messages. They got sent automatically. And John was like, thank you. He appreciates it. Pretty awesome. Here's the punchline. When it comes to automation, when it comes to the importance and how everything works, we got you covered. You're dialed in. Everything you need is covered, and it's pre-built for you. Cool. That's exciting. I get really excited about that, obviously. But maybe it's this next part. When Andrew was talking about what we've been working on and what we are trying to bring to both basically anything in chronic pain, chiropractic, regenerative, anything in that space, what we're trying to bring is something new, something that has never been done, and something nobody else is doing, because nobody else can offer or is offering what I'm about to show you. So part 3, click campaigns and a Facebook demo, because honestly, I just want you to see how it works. I don't care. I mean, this other stuff, we've gone through it, but this one, seeing is believing. Remember where we started out, proven ads and control funnels? I mean, Dan was onto something, right? What else did he need? He needed effective management. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to let you see what it is that I'm talking about. I did a short video. It's about 5 minutes. There's a little bit of setup at the very beginning, so please listen up and make sure that you understand the impact of what you're about to see. Let's go. Hello and welcome to Patient Stream. My name is Sam Carlson, and today I'm really excited to show you a really cool demo that we did to show you how powerful Patient Stream can be to helping you run your own ads. Now, when we did this demo, I thought, hey, this could be cool if we did it. But what would even be better is if somebody who maybe wasn't really tech savvy or familiar with our system, how well could they do it for their first time? So we actually had a new user come in, launch her own ads for the first time. Let's watch and see how she did. And actually, Michelle, would you mind if I just kind of turned it over to you real quick and let you do this thing?
Sure.
All right.
All right. Once you have copied the URL, you're going to go down here to the bottom right of your computer screen. You're going to click on the button. This will come up. You're going to go down to Publish Facebook Campaigns. Click there. You're going to choose the business that you want to launch the campaign from. So this is our clinic. It's a decompression, so I'm going to choose that. It's going to be knee decompression. I'm going to click here where it says website URL, and I'm going to copy the URL that I grabbed from over here. This is my daily budget. Patient Stream always recommends a minimum of 40, but you can adjust that as needed, and then simply click Launch Campaign.
You did it. You did it. Right. Cool. So let's jump into the ads manager, if you wouldn't mind. And
here it is.
There it is right there. So let's go ahead and we're just going to show people what is set up, what the default starting point is. So go ahead and click on the campaign box. Thank you. Once we've clicked on that campaign box, what it's going to do is it's going to isolate that campaign as we click from ad set to ads. So go ahead and click the ad set tab. So we've set it to a conversion campaign. All of the rules and the setup process is done perfectly. But at the ad set level, what is happening is you have 4 perfect ad sets based on our strategy and based on the way we have marketed for several years. 4 perfectly targeted audiences for a local audience. Again, don't forget, if you have learned about Facebook ads, if you know about Facebook ads, a lot of the people teaching Facebook ads are teaching them for these huge, like, national campaigns where they're going off and spending $1,000 a day or more to audiences that have between 1 million to 2-3 million people in it. That is not what we're doing, okay? So go ahead and we're going to go to the ads now. And all of the ads are created as well. For example, we're doing knee decompression here. We've been doing knee decompression for long enough to where, I don't know the exact number, Jacob, he could pipe in or he could write in the chat. We probably have anywhere between 15 to 20, maybe more, proven ads that will go into the queue. So if one underperforms in your area, we've got another one waiting on the ready to come in and fill its place if it underperforms. And really, that's it. Michelle, is there anything else you want to share or say about the process or your feedback or anything like that you want to add to this presentation?
Sam, as we spoke about yesterday, I have tinkered with Facebook ads in the past for our clinic, and just through all of the education that I've gotten from the webinars with Patient Stream, I realized that I wasted a lot of time and a lot of money putting campaigns out, putting ads out that just weren't what they needed to be, or maybe not spending enough money. So it was just taking a huge load off of me. And I'm hoping, we are with a different agency that we've been with for a few years. So my hope is that over time I can transfer everything over to AI and not only reach more people, but save a lot of money for our practice.
Okay, so hopefully you're getting the idea for how powerful Patient Stream actually is, how it puts the power and control of Facebook ads in your hands. Now, it's not just Facebook ads. We also include a CRM, which stands for Client Relationship Manager. And that CRM will help you follow up like a machine. We have automated text, we have scheduling, we have automated reviews. All of these are part of the offering. So if you're interested in learning more about Patient Stream, feel free to peruse our website, to check out the information there, to see our testimonials, to learn more about how Patient Stream can help your practice grow. We look forward to seeing you on the inside, and thanks for your time. All right. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys are as inspired as I was when I made that video. I was blown away. First of all, whenever you're making a sales video or something like that to describe how cool your thing is and why you think people should use it, you're always thinking of these creative ideas. And I said, you know what? What's more powerful than a person who is not part of our team, who's not even necessarily technically savvy? What if we just saw that person launch a campaign and do it in a very simple and straightforward fashion? And that's exactly what you saw. So we're really excited, obviously. And, Patient Stream for us is a game changer. So here is some good news. At this point, we've kind of seen what Patient Stream can do for you. And, we know that it can take care of all your automation. But at this point, hopefully you're seeing now that not only can it do that follow-up automation, but when it comes to these ad agencies, you no longer need those as well. So we're pretty excited about it. I mean, I guess I would be as excited as this lady, but here's what our users have to say. Okay, so Michelle says, a little Friday encouragement. Patient Stream is making a big difference in our practice and in the lives of people in our community. Our next available new patient appointment is in the 3rd week of August. Yes, in the midst of COVID, we are completely booked out for the next 3 weeks. This has never happened. Thanks again for a quality service. You're the best, Michelle. All right, and then here is Misty. She is from Dr. Folkert's office at Laser Pain Centers of Illinois. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, my name's Misty. I work for Dr. John Folkert's in Laser Pain Centers of Illinois. We joined Patient Stream just a few months back and have had amazing results with the system. It's super user-friendly. Sam and his team are absolutely easy to work with and give you the tools to do it yourself. We've spent a lot of money over the years using different agencies trying to get our digital marketing out there to the masses and get our reacts in and get our communication. Sam and Patient Stream, they put it all together in a big package for you. You can do it all by yourself. It's amazing to know that what you're spending is working, and the money that we used to spend on agency fees and this and that and everything else, we're now able to put into Facebook ad spend. So it's been amazing. We're looking forward to our future with Patient Stream, and thanks, Sam and your team, for all your hard work.
Awesome. So if I were to sum everything up, if I were just to say, hey, let's put a nice bow on what Patient Stream is going to do for you guys. Patient Stream is like a hinge. It's a small hinge that swings a very large door. It allows you to leverage proven marketing material and take control of your marketing for good. That taking control of your marketing is a big thing for me. It's a feather in my cap. It's something that when I wake up in the morning, I am thinking, how do I put the control of your future in your hands? And that is what we believe Patient Stream will do for you. So we're excited. Hopefully you can kind of sense that in my enthusiasm and in the presentation here. But I want to ask you a question. Has this been valuable to this point? Has this been valuable? Have you learned something? Have you caught the vision of what Patient Stream can do for you? Grab that chat at the very bottom, put in your thoughts, let me know a yes or a, hey, you smell funny or whatever. You can't smell me, but whatever you want to put in there. Let me know, has this been valuable so far? Grab the chat, let me know. While you're doing that, here's a quick recap of what we have done, okay? We've gone over the proven ads and the control funnels. We've gone over it, okay? We've shown you why niche-specific marketing is so important. Marketing automation and follow-up, stop chasing leads and improve show rates. Not shoe rates. Show rates, we've done that. Click campaigns and Facebook demo, because seeing is believing. And I know a lot of you are probably feeling like this because I tend to speak a little quickly, if you haven't noticed. So that's me. So I want to take just a minute. I would love to proceed and show you guys how we can implement this for you. But before we do that, I want to make sure that that's okay with you. Is it okay? I know you might be a little overwhelmed at this point. Would you like to see how we can put this to work for you? James says, yes, this has been very helpful. Awesome. Thank you. James, I remember you, buddy. How you doing? All right, let's keep going then. So let me ask you this question. How would you like my team to plug you into Patient Stream? And I use that, I chose those words carefully, plug you into Patient Stream. This is what that mean by that, okay? So basically, by plugging you in, you would have complete access to our software as well as our Facebook AI, what we call our click campaigns. You'd have access to all the proven ads, proven funnels, and every marketing niche that we have, okay? As well as as well as our pre-built follow-up automation. I showed you an example. You'll get all of those. Again, they're niched out to every single niche we have. We provide weekly trainings and on-demand tutorials, okay? I'm putting the control back in your hands. By making it so you don't have to be a Facebook guru, I can teach you things that aren't going to complicate and overwhelm you. In fact, they're going to sharpen your abilities and make you dangerous when it comes to attracting and getting new patients into your practice. Not to mention, of course, remember all this stuff? Gonna make it so you can get rid of all of that. Pretty cool. But before we go any further, I want you to understand this is not for everyone. We have people that, in fact, our program is not a fit for. I'm not anti-agency. There are some agencies that do a good job. Our program is for docs tired of chasing the latest hack in marketing. We have seen docs in my career. I've seen docs that just bounce around from place to place to place to place, never spending enough time to figure it out themselves or knowing how to figure it out themselves. We want people who can commit time. It's not a lot, but you have to be able to implement. Remember I talked about that screw gun, that tool. Tools are awesome, but they don't do jack if you won't pick them up. All right, you can buy Patient Stream, and then you'll never log in, and it's not going to do any good for you. So I need you to spend some time, it's not a lot, and then implement. I want people who see the value in our proven materials and are not interested in reinventing the wheel. Okay? I want people that are ready to take control of their marketing. I want people who are ready to take control of their marketing. This is not a pep talk. I'm being serious. When I mean take control of your marketing, I mean get in, sign up for Patient Stream, become as involved as you can, and become a ninja. We've got people in there that are crushing it. And it's because they're not just wanting to do this a little bit. They're wanting to take it to a whole new level. And we have people just like Michelle, who had her practice back or, stacked up for 3 weeks, who now she's even more, by the way. And she's spending minimal money on ad spend just because she has become a ninja. And it didn't take her very long at all. Whew, get a little excited. Take it easy. All right, Sam, it all sounds good. Maybe even too good. I get that. I honestly, maybe some of you are thinking this is too good. Okay, what about the money? Let's talk money. I I cannot tell you, nothing makes me more excited than to talk money when it comes to Patient Stream, because Patient Stream, it's silly. It's silly what you're getting and how much you're paying. So we have a special offer for you guys today. When you sign up today, or we have a time window. In fact, I've got something that I didn't put in the slide, but I'm gonna offer here at the very end, just to kind of really entice people to take action right now. When you sign up today, you're going to get full access to our entire lead management system, as well as our Facebook AI, our click campaigns. You're going to get it for just $397 a month, no contract. Okay, if it's as good as I say it is, you should stick around because it works. Okay, that does include an upfront activation fee of $297. However, in this case, because you are here on this call, because you're live, because you've spent the time to really be here today, which both Andrew and I really appreciate, we're going to waive that activation fee. Okay, so to sign up, you simply go to www.mypatientstream.com/pricing. Okay, that will take you to our pricing page. When you check out, use the code WELLS, and we'll have that activation fee waived for you. And before you go, don't go just yet. There's a couple more things I want to share. Just think about this. The average agency is charging $1,500 a month, and you know what they're doing. You know exactly what they're doing. In fact, most of you are doing their job for them. Think of that. Now you have everything, so you can just do it yourself, and you'll be empowered to do so. You not have to, bother with the people that are going out and partying on the weekends, and you're already paying them. Again, $1,500 is pretty common. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I have even seen $8,000. Think about that. That's quite the sales pitch. You never know what those people promise them. So here's what you'll be getting. I just want to. Andrew says, I once paid $3,500 per month. This is crazy. Okay, so here's what you're going to get. Click campaigns, pre-bid follow-up, two-way texting, call recording, voicemail broadcasting, automated reviews, unlimited access to all the niches within Patient Stream. I'm not going to limit that. Scheduling and appointment reminders, 3 live staff and doctors trainings per week. I love doing those, by the way. And because Patient Stream is such an amazing tool and a software that you can use, I don't have to focus on, chasing and putting out fires. I am focused on leveling anybody up that wants to get leveled up. Plus, you're going to get library of past sales and marketing trainings, which at this point, we've got a bunch of them. Awesome. And free admission into our Patient Stream users group, which I know everybody says, get into our users group. We got a bunch of cool stuff in there. It's freaking sweet. You're going to love it. Onboarding setup and Patient Stream quick launch. Boom. So how long does it take to get started? I know this is probably something you're thinking about. Well, honestly, because it's a software, because we are, and by the way, we're always improving it. We really are. We've got stuff coming out this week that is a game changer. But getting started is actually pretty simple. Okay, so the process works something like this. You do a sign up. We have a technical onboarding. Okay, we'll activate your Patient Stream account and get you connected. Okay, then we have weekly staff training. So you're going to choose between either on-demand video or an in-person live training to get into your account for the first time, to get familiar and comfortable with how it works. Excuse me. And after that, you're ready to go. Click and go. We've had people using and launching campaigns day one. Some people like to get a lot more comfortable, and maybe they'll take a week or sometimes longer. It just really depends on you. But we make it super easy to get started with. Okay. What about the knee program? I'm going to ask Andrew here to chime in here in just a second and just say any final words. But here's what I want to say about the knee program. If you know anything about Andrew's program, if you know anything about simplified integration, you will know that that guy cares. He's got some really cool things. He's got, in fact, I know that within the last 3 months, he's had a large number of people say, hey, I love what you've got. And he's always about making, like, he's kind of like me in the sense of we know if we focus on the end user, that in the future, that's going to be a win-win. And the biggest win-wins are the best win-wins. If you make a lot more money, so does everybody else, right? It's a win-win. So what Andrew has decided to do, and what I think is very generous, for any new clinic interested in his his Medicare covered knee protocol and is interested in joining forces with him, he's going to give you the first 6 months of Patient Stream entirely free. It's pretty awesome. Andrew, you want to add anything to that as far as what that includes? What your any final points on your program?
Yeah, thanks for the introduction, and thanks for this webinar. That's what you're doing is amazing. And I just wanted to add something. Some of you are familiar with me and familiar with my program, and I've made a pretty significant shift in the last 3 months, like Sam mentioned. And so I want to give you some context. It was about 7 years ago, my dad had a knee operation, and it was an arthroscopic procedure. He got an infection. He spent the next 9 months in the hospital trying to recover from the infection until eventually it took his life. And when he passed away, obviously there was a lot of grief, and I was looking at other options besides surgery, and I didn't know what regenerative medicine was. And when I discovered it, I realized, like, oh my gosh, had my dad had a regenerative medicine injection, he probably wouldn't have had to have surgery, at least then. And so I discovered this kind of by accident and through some grief in my family. And so we really quickly introduced regenerative medicine into our clinics because we wanted to help people avoid surgery and avoid the outcome that my dad had. And we were pretty early adopters of regenerative medicine when it was sort of like super experimental, especially with chiropractors. And in the beginning, we helped literally thousands of people. It was a massive revenue generator for our clinics. We did well financially. But as most people know now, like you mentioned before, Sam, is that the regenerative medicine game is less about checkers and more about chess. And when people realized like how great of a therapy was and how easy it was to implement and how much money could be made, everybody and their brother, these chiropractors, started jumping on the quote unquote stem cell program. And it became really watered down. And there used to be a really hungry market for it, and it's becoming a lot more competitive. And so one of the things that we've recognized is there's still a huge need for it, but you have to be strategic in how you present it. And one of the things that we've done is we really want to make it affordable for patients. Most clinics are charging $4,000 to $6,000 per injection. It's well worth it, but not a lot of people can afford it. So we stumbled across this idea, and we implemented this a couple of years ago, but we said, well, what if we could offset the costs of that to the patient? Because patients want it. They're looking for alternatives to surgery, but they just can't afford it. So what we discovered was that if we use patients' insurance, there's a small handful of insurance-based therapies that pay really well that offset the cost of regenerative medicine. So in other words, we're leading with regenerative medicine as a loss leader, and our clinics are charging patients $500, $1,000, $750 for an injection, which is phenomenally affordable. But they're making $3,000 to $5,000 in insurance-based services to make up for the cost. So we figured out a way to make regenerative medicine affordable, but also make it profitable for the practice without having to implement 15 or 20 different insurance-based therapies like most integration companies want you to do. And so what we've done is we've really made integration, not to say that integration is easy, because it's not, but we've simplified the process. We've made it accessible. We've made it scalable. And to wrap this up, I used to charge a lot of money up front for doctors to become clients. And what we've done is we've completely taken all that upfront cost out of the equation. So instead of charging these massive like $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 upfront fees, what we're doing now is we're getting paid based off of performance. So now as a consultant in a practice management group, we get paid if you get paid. So we now have skin in the game. So if your clinic does well, we do well. If your clinic for some reason flops, doesn't do well, guess what? We don't do well either. So we've tried to make integration as fair as possible to our clients. And so, if you've ever considered integration in the past, or you're looking into it, or it's on your radar, give me a call and reach out to me, and I'd love to explore this concept with you and see if it's something you want to revisit. And what we're doing, we do have typically a small upfront fee, an onboarding fee that we charge clients, which is $5,000 bucks. And what we're doing is we're waiving that $5,000 onboarding fee. So we literally have, like, if you want to integrate, we'll teach you everything we know with zero upfront costs. And Sam, we actually did the math wrong on this. That actually pays for 12 months of patient stream right off the bat. And so we've tried to make this as much as a no-brainer as we can for doctors. But Sam and I have, Sam's helped me with my program, and I like to think I've maybe added a little bit of value to Sam as well. We collaborate on these types of projects, and it's really a good fit between simplified integration and patient stream. And we ultimately want to help our clients. We want to help doctors, help more people be profitable, and keep people from having to use drugs and surgery unnecessarily. So if you're interested in this, I'm going to copy and paste in the chat section my phone number and my email. So you can just copy and paste that. If you're interested in revisiting integration, or you're considering it, or maybe you need help with your integrated program, shoot me a text. Oh, actually, I wrote my phone number down. Okay, one second. Or shoot me an email, aw@simplifiedintegration.com, and I'd love to chat with you about that. And I'm giving you my correct phone number right there. Cool.
There you go. Awesome. Well, I mean, just to kind of follow up on that, absolutely, it's been a huge blessing, and I think I'm flattered that I've added some value, but yes, you've added a ton of value to Patient Stream, to me personally. So I thank you for that. So I think it's an awesome deal. Obviously, I think it's a sweet deal. I mean, how can you not love that? So here's just kind of an iteration. Depending on where you're at, whatever your fit is, we would love to have you on Patient Stream. If you're a fit for Andrew's program, he'd love to have you. There's nobody better to get involved with than Dr. Andrew Wells. It is absolutely phenomenal. So don't forget, full access to our lead management, everything, Facebook AI, $397 a month. We're going to waive that activation fee of $297. So feel free now. You can pull up another tab, mypatientstream.com/pricing. On the checkout, use code WELLS, and you'll get that activation fee waived. So I'm going to turn it over real quick. If there's any questions that you have, something that didn't get covered, let's go ahead and give me your questions now. I will turn on a little bit of music, and we'll just stick around for 5 minutes while people are thinking and doing whatever. But let us know, and we're here. I got 5 minutes. I'm putting a timer on right now, and we are going. Let's go ahead. James, what is let's see here. James, just grab me on Messengers, buddy. Actually, you know what? Here, we'll go ahead and put this in here. If Andrew's going to do it, I can do it too. Just do me a favor. Shoot me a text. There we go. There is my number right there in the chat. Any questions? James, Tony, Paul, Obi, Jacob, Gina, any other questions that you guys have for us? This will be available. We're going to make a replay of this, but I didn't say I had another little tiny special offer. The first two people, I'm going to do what's called an SEO deep dive. A lot of people's Facebook ad accounts, or not their ad accounts, but their Facebook pages, their reviews, their website, their YouTube channel, everything is disconnected. And because of that, you're not getting the results. So I will do a personal call with you. I will go over your digital profile. I'll go over something we call your social score, but I'm doing that for the first, did I say 2 or 3? 3 people, right? 3 people that sign up with Patient Stream. So get on. There we go. What is Andrew's telephone number? It's right there above, James. It's the 828. It's the bottom one. 828.
828
Yep, go ahead.
575. 828 575 6244. And
Your
then,
wife?
if you need my email, it's aw@simplifiedintegration.com.
And James, how is your practice doing? So James, your wife's name is Kelly, right? I believe. And I want to say you're like in Colorado, maybe. Man, it's been a long time. But anyway, well, either we did a really good job or we were super boring. Seems like a lot of folks don't have follow-up questions, which is totally fine. Sometimes it's a lot of information. And, you know, when you see that demonstration of how easy stuff is, that's enough for most people. So very good. We are, let's see here, 2 minutes left. Let me know if you have any questions. Tony, James, Jacob, Gina. If you're sticking around, you have other questions, please feel free to put those in the chat.
Hey, Sam, I want to chime in for a minute. This is Andrew.
Yeah.
When you said, I put in the chat box that I had once paid $3,500 a month for Facebook ads. And when you said $8,000, I was one of those guys. I totally forgot about that. I paid an agency. I did it for 2 months. It was $8,000 a month, and there was like a $10,000 ad spend or something. So we ended up paying like close to $20,000 in ads.
Oh my
and
God.
it, you know, we profited on it when we had a good month, but we could have done the exact same thing with this at $400 a month and had the exact same number of patients come in the doors. And it just because, and this was years ago, I just didn't know any better, and you know, and I paid for it.
Well, it's crazy because some of these agencies, you're talking about an agency that charged $8,000. I've seen them. And whenever I talk to a person that is like, oh no, we're paying this much, I'm like, you're paying how much? Let me see what you're running. I mean, Facebook's transparency, the stuff on their transparency makes it so easy to see what is being done on your account for marketing. I am blown away that they are using Dan Henry's ads and funnels. I mean, they are doing the exact thing that he sold to marketers, and they're literally setting them. And yeah, I mean, those funnels, they generate a lot of pull, but you guys have been around long enough to know that what happens. I mean, and everybody's results will vary, but $8,000, I mean, that was one hell of a sales pitch. That's all I can say. I feel, I mean, on an ethical level, have a hard time with that. But yeah, I mean, I've known people that have paid $8,000, and now I know another one, Andrew. So crazy.
I know. I feel foolish for doing that. But yeah, and it was a good sales pitch, and the person came highly recommended, and I realized afterward the person recommending it was getting a percentage of that, which is really unethical in my opinion.
Well, it's interesting.
So I got kind of duped into that, and live and learn. But yeah, that's sad.
It's interesting. I had an offer from a big consulting group about 2 years ago to be the sole marketing agency for their firm, but they wanted me to up my prices by $500. And then they were going to take that $500. And I'm like, it's so unethical. I mean, I understand like a finder's fee or an affiliate arrangement or something along those lines. I get that. I mean, there is something to be said for distribution. That's important in marketing and business. But that was, at that time, that was almost 30%, a third of our fees. I'm just like, dude, that's too much. That's crazy. And they were just passing it along to their end users, and they were like, this is standard protocol. This is what we do. It's like, it's not what I do. So we didn't do it. And maybe I should have. No, I shouldn't have. I'm 40 years old. I went through the whole the first recession. I was a business owner at the time. I took my licks and I got up, and on the back end, I learned a lot of stuff, but I also learned what the ugly side of entrepreneurship looks like. And honestly, I got out of the sales and marketing side because of how ugly it can be in, in business, not just chiropractic, but in business. And it was a mentor and a coach that kind of brought me back in and really, reframed it for me to get back in and start doing what I feel like is my calling. So yeah, a lot of crazy people out there. Anyway, Andrew, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you for doing this. Everybody that came, thank you for watching. Thank you for sitting through the presentation. And you've got our contact information. We hope to see you on Patient Stream, and we'll see you inside, I guess. Awesome. See you.
Thanks so much, Sam. Thanks for sharing this. This was awesome.
You bet, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Talk
All right,
soon.
bye.
Bye-bye.